I'm back, and this time we're talking 7 healthy habits and how to make them come to life. To make sure you're maintaining that healthy, balanced life. Especially during the summer. It's gonna start this summer series. Every week I'll be talking to you about just things you can do this summer, things you can do just to enjoy the sun, enjoy some fun, and be healthy along the way. Sweat and some veggies. Number 1, make a plan. Plan it out. A healthy way of living is not just keeping it all in your mind thinking, okay, this day on the 15th I have to do that, and then I have to do that, and then on Wednesday I have to do that. It's crazy to think that you're gonna try to keep everything you need to do in your brain and rely on yourself to remember that. That could cause a lot of stress. So make a plan it out, and write it out. That is a healthy way of living. When you write it out, you let it go, and you're able to focus on one day at a time. It helps you to plan out what you have to do and how you're gonna do it and when you're gonna do it, instead of trying to figure it out all in your mind. Because when you keep all your to-do lists and your things in life and your goals and all that stuff in your brain and you're not writing it down, figure out how to plan how you're gonna execute it, it could be pretty stressful and cause you not to sleep because your mind's constantly in this hamster wheel. So plan it out, write it out, number 1. Number 2 healthy habit is focus on yourself and don't compare yourself to others. I know this is obvious, like of course I don't compare myself to others, but if you want to try this exercise to see if you do compare yourself to others, is things that you look at online, or let's just go with online because you're online right now. Things that you look at online. So like see somebody post something, or you read something, or you saw something. When it's something that is amazing to you or interesting to you, how does that make you feel? Are you inspired? Or do you feel like, oh, what am I doing with my life? Nothing. That's great. Look at this person and I'm here doing nothing. Chances are if you're at that number 2, you're comparing yourself. You're comparing yourself to somebody else's accomplishments and somebody else's achievements, their goals. Don't do it. It's not a healthy way to live. If what somebody else is doing makes you feel not so great about what you're doing, you're comparing. It's great to look at other people's lives and be inspired, encouraged, and motivated, but if it doesn't make you feel that way, if it kind of makes you think about what you're doing and how you're not doing anything and how they're doing so much more than you, and it makes you feel like, I need to figure something out, that's different compared to somebody inspiring you to be the best version of yourself. That you see how they're doing it and that how you might try to do it differently, not really the same way that they're doing it. Makes sense? Another helpful way to think about this is think of any great leader, anybody that's amazing at their skill set. If they were to compare themselves to somebody else, they wouldn't reach the high level of whatever the success that they had. Because also when you compare yourself, you limit yourself to their success, to their standards, and you don't think about beyond what they have because you're comparing yourself to them as kind of like your level, as like how high you're gonna go. You know what I mean? So, or even if you're thinking about somebody lower than you, like, oh, they're down there, at least I'm doing this. And you think of yourself as kind of like okay and settled. So either way, whether you feel like that person is at the plateau, at the highest point of where you want to be, or if you're looking down at somebody else going, at least I'm up here, either way, you're not growing. So it's kind of not so healthy. So don't do that. Don't compare yourself to somebody else. And use that exercise to think, am I comparing myself to somebody else? I don't know why my fingers are going like this. Healthy habit number 3. Stay active. Stay doing something. I'm not going to specifically say exercise or go to the gym, but do something. Do something that gets that heart pumping. Do something that gets you to sweat for the day besides stressing. Stress sweat is not the business. But if you do want to exercise, do that. Gym workouts, fun activities, be outdoors, do something. So sometimes, like for instance, with my friends, sometimes on the weekends I don't want to do my stereotypical kickboxing or bar or whatever, so I switch it up and do what I like to do, but like outdoors. It's summertime, so I started just doing boxing at the beach. So it's something that gets me outdoors and I don't feel like it's this mundane, like just doing the same thing I do all the time. Think outside the box. Think about what can you do that you like to do in an outside area, and it allows it to be fun. I also started rollerblading with my friends, riding a bike, doing paddleboarding. Do things that are fun activities. It's almost like you're a kid, you're playing, you don't realize, you wonder why a lot of kids are in shape and they got those abs and they're like 6 years old. It's because they play outside, they're active. They're not going like, oh, I'm gonna go play so I can be this in shape child. They're being active. So do that. We were not meant to sit down for 8 hours a day. Humans were not meant for that. Is that the life a lot of us live? Yeah, you know what I mean? But you can do something about that. If you know you're sitting down for 8 hours a day, try to balance that out. How can you be active? How can you stand up every hour? How can you park far and then walk to the rest of the way to the grocery store? I know it seems inconvenient. We want to do things in the shortest way possible. Park as close as you can, but take advantage of that walking opportunity. Think about it. It's not the healthiest way to live if you're sitting in your chair at work for 8 hours, then you go home and sit on your couch at home for another few hours until you go to sleep. And then you wonder why you feel so sluggish and tired and blah. You know what I mean? Think about it. Think about it. Healthy habit number 4. Pray, meditate, read, walk. I know it's 4 in 1. It's a lot, but it's the same idea. Give yourself alone time just for you. You give your job probably 8 hours a day or 10 or however long. You give your family and your friends and all these other people so many hours of your day, but give yourself time. And in that time, pray, meditate, read a book, or go for a walk. You can do all of those. Sometimes I know I have a daily devotional, and so sometimes I'll start my prayer time with reading something and then I'll pray. Or sometimes I'll read something, pray, and I'll do it at the beach, and then I'll walk home, and then I'm able to continue with that time. I kind of do a little combination of things. So there's no rule about it, but at the end of the day, the healthy way of living is giving time back to yourself. How do you know what you want to do? How do you know where you're going? How do you know if you're on track and balance, and how do you feel if you don't spend time with yourself? So do it. Okay? Spend time with yourself. And when you spend time with yourself, you'll realize you can be a lot nicer to yourself. We're so hard on ourselves. I know for me, I'm like, what can I do? How can I grow? How can I always do myself better? But sometimes it's good to think, look at what I've done. Look at where I'm at. I'm grateful. I'm at peace. I'm in control of my day. It's really good to do this at the start of the day and at the end of the day. At the start of the day, when you're starting with prayer or meditation, you're in control. You're saying, this is how I want my day. This is how I am. I'm at peace and stuff like that. And things along that way. It's better to start off that way and set it so when things do get crazy and chaotic, you already prayed and meditated and you're able to go into it like, this is nothing, I got this, woosah, amen, you know. And speaking of the start and the end of the day, gets us to healthy habit number 5, sleep. Okay, this is something that I struggle with, but I am working on as well. Sometimes I'll get really good at it and then I'll be like, what did I sleep? I don't know. So you should be sleeping anywhere from 5 to 8 hours, no less. Not really more. Once you get around to like 9 hours or more, your body is like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? And same thing if you sleep less, your body's like, who are we? Where are we? Is it even the next day? So for me, I schedule my alarm so that I at least plan to have 5 hours of sleep. If I have anything over 5 hours, it's probably the weekend and I'm getting, my rest on. But other than that, I can function off of 5. If I have less than 5 hours, I'm a zombie and I start saying weird things. And if I have more, I'm on cloud 9 actually. So if you're that person that sleeps 9 or more hours, the body's actually not meant to do that. So you can do your research, you can see for yourself. Have you ever felt like when you oversleep that your body just feels like, sometimes good if you haven't slept for a few days, but if it's regularly and it was just more than you were supposed to, it's kind of like, it's not the best feeling for some reason. So just don't do it, to my advice. I mean, do your own research, look into it, but it's not the best thing to do. Start saying that round, or give it a try. Try to sleep, like my goal, my ideal sleep is 7 hours a night. Like ideal in a perfect world, I would be sleeping 7 hours a day, 7 hours a night. All right, so just try it out. I'd always say give it 21 to 30 days. Don't try it for a week and then think that it's not for you. Give it a try and see, because you sleep less, you get more done. The more you sleep, the less hours you have in the day to get anything done. There's more hours out there. They're yours with your name on it. Go ahead and get them. Okay, moving on to the next one. All right, healthy habit number 6, meal prep. Meal prep is a game changer. I recommend doing it on Sunday, Monday, most likely, but the beginning of the week, so you know you're gonna eat the rest of the week. This does so many things for you in being a healthy habit besides saving money, already making your decision to make healthy choices when you're in that healthy mood. Sometimes you're like, I'm gonna eat healthy this week. Monday's good, Tuesday's all right. Wednesday, you're like, I deserve a burger. I need pizza. I earned it. My Monday and Tuesday were really hard. And you find ways to convince yourself on why it's okay to have it. And you really didn't want to do it. And you're living in the moment compared to living in a planned decision. So meal prepping is amazing. It's almost like you have to go out of your way to eat unhealthy because you meal prepped for the week. And if you go away from it, it's basically like just not eating the food that's already prepared for you in the refrigerator and going, no, I want to go eat somewhere else. So you kind of have to go more out of your way to eat unhealthy if you've meal prepped. And it saves you money, it saves you time. You could be spending that money on traveling, donating it somewhere, so many other things. Sometimes when we have more money, we waste more money. So be wise. Just because you have money doesn't mean you need to spend it on eating out all the time. You can be giving that to somebody else or doing it for something that's good besides just wasting it yourself. Make sense? I know it does. Who doesn't love to save money? And then we're to our last healthy habit, number 7. And that is the obvious one. Drink more water. I pretty much only drink water, but I could drink more of it. And if you're the same way, same goes to you. Even if you're just like me and you only drink water, you can drink more of it. Teaching like my boxing classes, whenever we'd go for breaks, I'm really into short breaks, which are perfectly fine. But one of my mottos was like, sip, sip, not gulp, gulp, let's go, you know, hustle, hustle, hustle. But actually try to gulp, gulp. Instead of just taking a quick sip, you're not drinking that much water. And sometimes at the end of a workout or some strenuous work, you wonder why you're dehydrated. When you're actually drinking, take some big gulps of water. Not overwhelming, but some good sips, because sometimes just like a little sip and a little sip, they don't really do anything. Just sprinkle your mouth with a little bit of water. Like, take them gulps of water. Enough to keep you going and fuel you, not really just like too much water to where you just hear the water juggling in your stomach. Balance it out, you know, not too much, not too little, and just right. And you know this already. You hear it enough, you've heard it probably all the time, drink more water, so just do it if you're not doing it now. We're literally made up of 60% water. And drinking water regularly helps balance and maintain body fluids. Just do it. You know what's important for you. Drinking water regularly helps maintain that balance and those body fluids. There's a lot going on. There's a lot that's coming in. You want to maintain that balance in your body fluids. Like, keep it flowing, keep it going, nothing clogged up. There's so many good things. I can go on and on about how it's good for your kidneys, how it's good for muscle energy. And actually, I'm gonna stop right there. I can do the next video on how can you drink more water? Like, what are some tricks that can get you to drink more water instead of just saying, here's the water, drink it, and it might not be delicious. So actually, I'm gonna save that for the next little video and expand on that. And if you want me to expand on any of these other 7 healthy habits, then go ahead and leave a comment below and let me know. Like, expand on number 6, expand on number 2. How do I do that? That's a great idea. Because there's little things, it's one thing to know what you need to do. It's another thing on how to execute it. And that's even the reason why I make these videos. A lot of us know what to do most of the time, but sometimes it's like, what steps? How can I make it practical? I know it bothers me sometimes when someone's like, you should do this and you should do that. And I'm like, okay, well, how? Like, how do you do it? So that's exactly why I make these videos for you and practical ways on how to make it happen. If you want me to expand, what is this? What am I doing with my hands? So if you want me to expand on any of these things, let me know in the comments below. And that's it. 7 healthy habits. If you have anybody that you think should start doing these in their life, go ahead and copy and paste the link. Send it to them. If you're loving these videos, especially if you subscribed, so click the bell below. It'll let you know every time a new video is posted, and I post every week of all the things lifestyle improvement. You're doing great. We're on this journey together and trying to create balance along the way. So until next time, peace, love, and balance. Why do I feel like I'm drooling? That's just sweat.